What do you think, Phil, of the efficiency after halftime? Looked like it was a little better.
We were, it took us a little bit of time to work some things out. I thought we were doing a good job between the 20s, and I would have liked to have executed a little bit better in some of our situational offensive areas, but we did. We got that cleaned up at halftime, and I thought, as Coach said, and I feel the same way, we kind of clicked the way we expected to in the second half.
First half, kind of a carryover of too many mistakes.
We had a few. I don't think it was like the Alabama game, but we had some at the end of the drive that were costly. We had to kick a field goal instead of a touchdown because of a decision we made. We ran the ball instead of flipped it out to the tight end. We wanted to get the tight end involved more today, and obviously in the second half we had more success doing that.
What did you think of Tyler Knight's game? Looked like you gave him a few more opportunities.
When you run the ball a little bit more like we did today, you can roll through some of those guys. I really expected in the first few games to see Tyler break a few like that. I'm surprised it took him that long, but he's so small and he's hard to find behind the offensive line, and he's extremely strong and aggressive for a small running back. And so, he popped a few today, and that's what we see in practice all the time. So it was nice to finally see him put it on the grass in the game the same way he has in practice.
Coming out of that halftime,
Yep.
AJ, DK, and Lodge all made big plays within your first two drives. Why was that happening then, and then what did that do for you the rest of moving forward?
Well, I think one of the things that we preach all the time is that we want to attack and be aggressive. Things didn't we didn't click on a few plays in the first half. We threw a couple of deeps that we had, and we missed on them. But we're not going to change the plan. Some of those things are still there, and we just connected on them in the second half. And I think the players, one of the things I liked coming out of halftime was this was business, and we came out of halftime and kind of focused in a little bit more than we did in the first half, and we just produced the way we expected to in the second half.
Were you pleased with how you ran the ball in general?
I was. I'm always going to want to be better in the run game. I'm always going to want to be more efficient than where we are, but we had a good number of prolific runs today, and we were really, really efficient, with the average yards per carry. And I was pleased with our run game today.
Did Jordan's shoulder, limit anything that you guys could do? Were you a little worried about throwing deep for a while? Was that even a concern, or was it just kind of business as usual?
Well, he got tagged on the left shoulder, non-throwing shoulder last week, and he got bumped on the throwing shoulder, and really having him go over and throw, if that's what you're alluding to, on the sideline was. After last week, I just wanted to make sure that he was good. He was over there throwing fine and handled the rest of the second half well. But I just wanted to see him throw and make sure that he was good before we put him back out on the field. And it really turned out to be a lot of nothing.
Coach, a lot more bubble screens, little flare passes to the running backs this week. Is that something you're going to incorporate moving forward, or just for, this defense, or?
Well, I know you get tired of hearing this, but that just really is what the defense gave us. They played off. They played with some inside leverage. They gave us some space out there to make some now throws, and so we did. And, we are focusing on trying to get some of these athletes the ball quicker, get the ball out of Jordan's hand and get the ball into the athlete's hand. So, those were just some of the ways that we were able to do that today. That was an emphasis, and getting the tight end involved was an emphasis.
How's Sweeney's conditioning after the layoff? How's he?
Surprisingly, he's okay. Yeah, I think he got out on the field today. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to do that. We did. Coach Nick's got him out there. But I think he's okay. I think as the next couple of weeks go on, he'll be back to normal.
You mentioned coming out and being ready to work. Was there anything that anyone said or anything like that stuck out to you after halftime?
No, it's just that when you have maybe you don't have a veteran group, or you have a less mature group, and you expect to perform better in the first half. And I thought we performed well, but we need to finish in the first half. We didn't do that as well as we wanted to. Sometimes there's stress or a lack of poise or frustration involved, and I didn't sense that at halftime. There was a calm, there was a poise, we had veterans, there was maturity, and it was, look, we're getting everything we expect, we're able to do what we want to do, let's go out and finish drives, and they just very professionally went out and did that in the second half.